Everyone, welcome to my channel Ravi Static Physio. So we will start a new subject which is medical and physiotherapy laws and ethics. So which is very important for your bachelor's of physiotherapy student, and we are studying in these subjects how laws and ethics affect or improve the physiotherapist practice in their daily routine, and what is the laws which is implemented by the physiotherapies and the regulation on the patient, like patient or therapist action. So the introductory part of medical physiotherapy laws and ethics is to be a medical ethics and law related but distinct ethics deals with moral duties and professional values in the patient care, while laws set the minimal legal standard and liabilities for healthcare practice. So it is basically tell us कि how ethics and law which is related to our moral duties, which is as a physiotherapist or as a surgeons or like orthopedics or chiropractors, how it will be perform the different activities on the patient with their law ethics and their moral values and their standard liabilities. So the medical ethics, a system of moral principle and professional values that guides clinical design and making the doctor and patient relationship. So it is a relationship between doctors and patients with their moral principle and standardize the professional values. Or also you can write in university examination as a definition of the medical ethics is to be a medical ethics is a branch of moral science that deals with values, principle and standard guiding the conduct of whole healthcare professional in their relationship with the patient, colleagues and society. So as a therapist, you have to be how to correlate with the society for the patient, or you have to be colleagues. So it is a moral principle we have to be in, which is present in our surroundings, so how you can maintain them. So what is the medical law? So to protect patient right, maintain public safety and hold practitioners legal accountable and breach of duty. So the medical law states that so how a particular patient, their dignity, their any kind of data of their um, performance on their implement their different kind of equipment, their diagnosis, their treatment process, any kind of treatment related data, how we therapist we have to be taken as a confidentiality and their not breach their duty over there. So it is also legal framework consisting of the act, rule, regulation and judicial decision that govern medical practice and define right, duties and liabilities of healthcare professional. So this is the comes in the medical law. So how medical law will be help for the patient right to maintain their dignity and their consent to not judge by their any kind of religion, any kind of casteism, any kind of nepotism, and it will be treat equally with different people which is belongs to different caste and category. What is the goal of medical ethics? So to ensure moral, human and professional behavior. So it will be moral human principle to perform professional behavior to everyone, to protect patient dignity, autonomy and welfare, to provide any kind of healthcare support to the patient. You have to maintain the patient dignity and show the autonomy of the patient, provide the welfare, to promote trust between patient and healthcare provider. The therapist must before giving the treatment, you have to build up the trust towards the patient. So patient, you have to be 100% assured about that any kind of treatment procedure you have to be done on the patient, where it will be satisfied mood. What is the goal of medical law? So to regulate medical practice, it will be comes under medical law to protect patient legal right, to punish negligence and malpractice. What is the negligence? Any kind of have to be like providing hot pack on the patient. So any kind of burn occur on the patient, so it will be case on you on the negligence and the malpractice on the therapist. To ensure accountability of healthcare professional, so that is the also the medical law goal. So provide any kind of facility of towards the patient is to be standardized and legalized way. What is the scope of medical ethics? The doctor and patient relationship, consent and confidentiality, professional conduct and equality, end to life care, research ethic and resource allocation. What is the scope of medical law? like registration and licensing. After that, you have to be treating any kind of patient, medical legislation and malpractice, consumer protect act, criminal liability, documentation and record keeping, professional misconduct. So these are the scope of medical law before giving any kind of treatment towards the patient. So what is the difference between medical ethics and medical law? It is very important for university examination. So the medical ethics is to be based on the moral principle, but medical law is to be based on the legal rules, which is very important for our Indian constitution. Medical ethics is to be voluntary adherence, but medical law is to be mandatory compliance. Medical ethics is to be flexible, and medical law is to be rigid. Flexible is to be you have to work with different various sectors, but medical law is very rigid. You have to follow up to the laws of the Constitution of India. Medical ethics is to be based of conscience, but medical law is based on the status. Medical ethics is to be no legal punishment. You have to be treat different patient without any kind of punishment. You have to maintain the dignity and compliance over the patient. But medical law, it will take the legal penalties over the therapist if there any kind of negligence and malpractice towards the patient. So that is the introductory part of the medical physiotherapy laws and ethics. Thank you.